live from Vienna. In the Blackie Fitzpatrick kitchen? You're watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick show.
Sunlight goes down every day. That's when Lydia starts to play. She has a lot of ways to hide. Someone will help her to decide. The dance is on, she's having a parade. Music's played, problems start to fade. Why can't this night ever end? Seems like she could really use a friend. Lydia says it's alright. Lydia says it's not so bad. She won't ever back down. It's too late. Lydia says it's alright. Lydia says it's not so bad. She won't ever back down. It's too late. It's too late. Trashed out, the room begins to spin. Looks like tonight she cannot win. With glowing eyes, she cries and almost dies. Realize I can't begin to cry. Lydia says it's alright. Lydia says the night's a night. She won't ever back down. It's too late. Lydia says it's alright. Lydia says the night's a night. She won't ever back down. It's too late. It's too late.
Attention, attention. Lydia just got bit by a mosquito. Ah, mosquito.
She won't give up, she won't back down. Mosquitoes flying all around. The taxi driver smiles and says, "Get in." Lydia thinks her home is not the end. Sometimes we all gotta take a stand. Stuck in the middle, we never see the plan. Lydia says it's alright. Lydia says it's not so bad. She won't never back down. It's too late. Lydia says it's alright. Lydia says it's not so bad. She won't never back down. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
Watch the Blackie Fitzpatrick show live from Vienna. Oh, welcome back. Hey, look. Here's the deal. Yeah, I'm in the kitchen. Look, this show, trust me, it's going to be one of my best shows. This show not only has me, but it has the kitchen sink. Right over there, behind you guys. Look, over there. Yeah, we're in the, situated in the 10th district. There's renovations going on in the Blackie Fitzpatrick Library Studios. Oh, I miss saying that. I haven't done a show for a long time. Welcome back to my show. Look, let me start from the beginning. Cheers from Vienna. It tastes so much better when you're drinking out of a fancy pint glass. And it goes down faster. Thanks, Mom. Ooh, I feel like David Letterman in the old days. What was Johnny Carson drinking in that coffee mug? Once again, this is, I know it's a totally new angle. Do I look like a 50-50 bro? I'm not looking at a picture of the chat. So chat, please take over. If you're new to my show, you'll figure it out pretty quick. I'm actually a nice guy. Even my enemies like me. It's true. I'm looking at a picture of an 8th note. I turn the chat on later. I do my startup. I think I have a different echo in here. Does that make my voice sound better? Like a different sound? I don't know. Ask my chat later how the changes are working out. But right now, it's about acceptance. The Blackie Fitzpatick show is always about acceptance. I have never doubted anything in my life, even when I totally disagreed. I was like, oh, well. Okay, when I was a kid, maybe I get upset sometimes, but I'm a grown-up. I'm over 50. Think about it. I'm still on this beautiful planet Earth. The golden blue globe. No, golden blue. Not, look, I'm using it as a metaphor. I know it's called my startup. But what did I do over the last, I haven't been on for days. So what have I done over the last Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? 4 days. What have I done in the last 4 days? Not much. Cheers from you. At least nothing that important. Look. I'll open up look. The phone lines are quiet right now. Okay? No, I must have done something. I know today I did not do the dishes. Well, that's a fact. What else did I do today? What else did I not do today? Okay, I'll turn it around. Today I did not fly in an airplane. It's just a fact. I didn't. I watched JB. JB had a short show. That was kind of cool. I like his new Park. I said Park. Park Lake bench looking at the sky. That was cool. I like clouds. Clouds like me. I especially, here's when I know that clouds like me. Fog. Fog is a cloud that's close to the ground. Sometimes it's high level fog. I'm a weather geek, so is JB. I feel close, or when I'm in an airplane, right? I referenced the airplane before. That's when you can fly through the clouds. Oh, that's fun. Unless you get scared. The captains have radar. That's what I did yesterday. I watched the movie Sully. Oh, I love that movie. Oh, what a great movie. Great movie. If you haven't seen the movie Sully, check it out. Look, as a guy who likes airplanes, I highly recommend the movie Sully. Okay, cheers from you. But let's go down fast. Thanks again, Mom. I'm looking at a spice rack. Chipotle, smoked salt. Well, there's some good stuff in there. Jerry, you would love this spice rack. And anybody else that likes to cook. Don't look at the dirty dishes. They're over there. What else did I do today? I'm going to backtrack. I acquired beverages. I did recycling. You know what I mean? Paper recycling, plastics, wine bottles, tin, like Red Bull cans. That's not for me. That's from the Walrus. What else did I do? I must have done something else. I did the laundry. Oh, that's always fun. What else did I? Oh, I changed the bed sheets. Fresh sheets tonight when I pass out. I think that's all I did. I did some other tiny things that nobody will ever notice. I did a bunch of tiny stuff. I bought toilet paper. That's pretty good. In Russia, they have it. It's like the 10-pack thing. It's like 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. It's like this big, huge column. You walk through the streets wrapped in plastic. Everybody knows this guy's got a problem with diarrhea. I think that was it for today. Isabel went out with her girlfriend, and I just kind of like moved around slowly and kept on trying to do stuff. I did tiny stuff. I was always doing something. Oh yeah, I also ate food. That's positive. Look, I was talking to my dog, the Vinny Boo Boss. He says, dude, man, how much are you eating? And I was like, enough to still be alive? He says, thumbs up, buddy. You're on the right track. Clink, cheers from you. But where I start to scratch my head, it's called a pretend scratch. I think to myself, what did I do yesterday? I love these startups when I'm only doing 3 shows a week. It's like, I have to remember what I did yesterday. I thought yesterday was the past. Was there anything interesting that I did yesterday? I don't remember. I didn't win the lotto. Okay. No, I had a singer-songwriting guitar lesson, mostly singer-songwriting, with Alicia. Hi, Alicia, if you're watching. It is now 2358. Oh, it's approaching early Friday morning here in Vienna, Austria, in the 10th district. Actually, everywhere in Central European time zone. And parts of Africa, which, yeah, Greenwich Mean Time. Keep up. This is a planet. It's not flat. Have you ever heard of a flat planet? Impossible. Doesn't exist. And Pluto is still a planet. That's what really bothers me. Messing with my head. Yeah, that was my big thing yesterday. What did I do on Tuesday? Tuesday and Monday was Weinhauer stuff. So I was working with Philip. Anna didn't feel well on Tuesday. Hi, Anna. And I think that's about it. Sunday? Oh, that was Easter. We went to Isabella's parents' place. And her son and her son's girlfriend was there, and her brother and her brother's wife was there. And of course, yours truly. And I was dressed up in traditional old, I should wear it one day on the show, traditional old style Austrian costume from like the 1800s, or maybe it goes back, I don't know. It didn't look like Mozart, but it was more country style stuff from like Southern Austria. And very, very cool stuff. And I really felt out of place. But everybody said, wow, Blackie, you still look like you're from Holland. No, the Easter, we had a nice meal, and then we had a bunch of sweets, and I think there was wine served, or was it just beer? I can't remember. The weather's being nice. So today, now I'm flashbacking, forward. Look, today it was 81 degrees in Vienna. Go figure. Which today is now officially Friday. But today and tomorrow also is going to be, I think, even warmer, 83 degrees. Not bad. That's amazing. Again, I'm hearing different sounds from different places. I feel like there's ghosts all around me. I think that was the law was talking to herself in the other room, or a neighbor across. I'm like in the middle of the house right now. I felt safe when I was over there. Now I'm like in the middle of the apartment. And the hallway is that way, not too far away. Pretty soon, my mom says she's sending me one of these S7 Samsung Android phone things. And I'm going to start doing a show. I did it with Anna's phone. That was really fun. So I'm going to start taking my show out, and I'll take you guys to downtown Vienna. I did it at that Flanagan's Pub. I don't know if anybody saw that show, but it was very loud there. But I'll try to find more quiet places and show you all the beautiful landmark places of Vienna. I think that's going to be fun. I'm going to interview strangers because I don't really care. I'm used to rejection. I'm in the music business. I get surprised when someone says yes, and I'm like, really? You want to work with me? I think that was the end of my startup. Okay, now I have to find another song. I think I got to stick with Ben Arson because I don't want to put the chat on. So I'll play. What else do I have? It's here. I don't have anything. I have to play the German one. Oh no! Hold on a second. Let me try a trick here. This is the problem with me doing the show. Look. Okay, I'm gonna try my best here. I'm gonna put on a song. It has to be something I wrote and all this stuff. Oh no, I have it now. Maybe I'll play Mombasa. No, Hakuna Matata. I did write a song called Mombasa as well. I wrote 2 songs about Kenya. It must have made an impression on me. Now remember, I get out of practice. If you don't do this stuff every day, one gets out of practice. Trust me. I can't get no satisfaction. Okay, I'm using this new device here, so I know the song is quieter than Ben's one, so I got to crank up the volume. But the lighting is terrible in there. Plus, it's got all this shiny stuff. Is this cool? I feel like I'm John Travolta. I think it's this one. Or I'm pressing off. Okay, hold on. Okay. Where's my... Does that help? Okay, yeah, I think I pressed it off. Okay, let's turn it back on again. It's supposed to be making noise. Oh, we made a noise. Okay, I kicked it up a notch. I'll play my song, Hakuna Matata, and then I'll turn the chat on, see if anybody's here. Happy Thursday and Friday.
Pablo Picasso, how are you doing? Oh, my friends think you're great. You're incredible. You're the genius. Why don't I? There's a man sitting across the way, staring at me. What do you see? What are you looking at? Just tell me. I want to know. Hakuna Matata. Take it easy. You're my friend, so relax. Take it easy. Hakuna Matata. I saw Madonna on a seesaw, playing with free children, and you know it looked alright. What I do, I think I see reality. In all those times that I thought to myself, you are not yourself, you're just an image. It wasn't true. Hakuna Matata. Take it easy. You're my friend, so relax. Take it easy. Hakuna Matata. You are my friend. Hakuna Matata. So relax, take it easy, Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Take it easy. You're my friend, so relax. Take it easy. Hakuna Matata. You are my friend. Hakuna Matata. So relax, take it easy, Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata.
You're watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show, the king of lo-fi. I hope that sounded good on your end. I'm situated right now in the Blackie Fitzpatrick kitchen studio. located in the 10th district of Vienna, Austria. We got a good crowd here. Usual suspect. I did mod somebody new on the top there. If I miss your name, it doesn't really matter. I see King and Kang. I see JB. I saw Joan. I think I saw Kiwi there. I saw Karen Blue for a second. If I say your name twice, it doesn't mean anything either. I saw Lion King. I saw, who was the new one that I modded? I'm saying people's names. Yeah, press thumbs up before you leave. Let's show some decent common respect. DJ Bunray. I never heard of you. Hello, I just modded you, so please come back. It looks like you're friends with Kanga. Look. The Lion King's like, I want to come on now. No. You can come on later. Look, this is my startup. I'm saying hi to everybody. Once again, a friendly reminder, the show is PG-13. My daughter might be watching. There's two rules, right? PG-13, and number two, be cool. You can talk about whatever you want in adult subject matter. I don't care. Just do it in code. My daughter's 8. Look, if you don't have any kids, you don't know what I'm talking about. But you must have read it in a book or saw it in a Hollywood movie. John, does music come through? I'm on this thing here, right? I don't know if it shows up. Yeah, it shows up. I'm like in Christmas land here. This is my new speaker system. Press 1 if you can hear if the sound's coming through. I think it sounds pretty good. Is it too quiet or too loud? Look, I'm getting insecure. I'm in the kitchen. I'm afraid I might burn the French fries. Okay, Joan says thumbs up. Thanks, Joan. No, I'll take some phone calls a little bit later. It's now 0009. Oh, that's so much fun to say. It makes me feel fine. I'm thinking about look, and I'm glad you guys like the idea. I'm gonna be the man on the street. It'll give the walrus some space. You know, she likes to wind down at night, and she's like, Blackie, why are you talking to people you don't know? And I'm like, my daughter might be watching. Yeah, you guys can talk about Hillary all you want. I've been watching the news all day and stuff, on and off. I did say I did some chores and stuff, but I always have it in the background. Who was I watching today? I think I was watching. I didn't join any chats. I was lurking. I think I was watching a little bit of Gramps and a little bit of Juju and going back. It's funny, they all have the same thing. But no, I think mostly Juju was today, and so I'm up to speed with all the headlines. But that's why I don't have to talk about it. You guys can do whatever you want. I don't need to listen to Brett Breer right now. I already heard the story. It's the same stories, and they're going to say the same stories tomorrow. I did see live on Fox 10 Phoenix. I like that channel. I flip back and forth when I hear the same story. After about 5 times, I go, I got to find something live. And Fox 10 Phoenix I'm not pushing them. I am. They're really cool, and I got to see the whole thing live. President Trump with the "Take your kids to work" at the White House thing, and all the press. Does Jim Acosta even have a kid? All the press get to bring all their kids and stuff. And Trump was really funny. He wrote a bunch of jokes about how, I guess he did the same thing last year, but he never used the word fake news. You know, it's like, your parents are great, aren't they? Oh yeah, don't they work in a great place? And if anybody missed it, it's really good. You got to watch it. And JB, I didn't read what you wrote. Doesn't really matter. No, PG-13. Keep up. Hey, Adam's in here. Adam, I'm going to mod you. So you haven't been on my show for a while. You know, YouTube does weird stuff. But if I know the name, or if you say you're friends with somebody, I didn't know that money one. But Adam, I know who you is. So, and yes, I am a Christian. I'm not religious. Big difference. No, the Blackie Fitzpatick show's family is growing and growing. Look, last year I was doing shows and it was like full of people and it was crazy and it was really crazy. And so I killed it, and then I had to did a restart, and then I did Blackie Fitzpatrick again. Then I got banned, and now I'm on Alec Whittier. So sometimes it's hard for people to find me. You can do word of mouth, or you can wake up your neighbors. I think that now that I'm in the kitchen, I might wake up my neighbors. We'll see what happens. No, but I'm doing JB's idea. I'm modding everybody. If I know your name, or somebody says that you're cool, you're in. And if anybody wants to come in new, that's fine too. It's not a closed chat. All you got 2 rules: PG-13 and be cool. That's my mom. Hey, mom. Mom is Galaxy. PG-13 and be cool, and you're a mod, and everybody can check everybody out. And if here's the deal. If you're watching, if you're a lurker and you're watching, what my mods do, Joan is my head mod, but all you guys are mods. So everybody will go to your channel, find out if you have content, try to figure out, learn a little bit about who you are. And if they don't like you, then you're going to get banned. So you get two rules: PG-13 and be cool. And please you got to have a resume, right? People have to know who you are. You got to get a recommendation or have something on your channel, and you go, "Hey, this guy loves Star Wars or Star Trek." I say thumbs up, let him in. Okay. Okay, what else is on my mind? Cheers from Vienna. I tell you, as a father who brought up a little baby girl, I saw something amazing the other day when I was taking the subway. I was walking into the subway station, and all by itself was a baby in a stroller, asleep. My brain was like, huh? Read my mind? I'm not reading the chat. Oh, Kira. Okay, good. Happy birthday to you. I don't think she watches my show. Happy birthday. This is my niece up in Massachusetts. Happy birthday, dear Kira. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Galaxy, tell everybody how old Kira is. I'm going to take an educated guess and say 14. Her mother doesn't, Kira's mother doesn't like them using all the internet stuff. And I understand that. My daughter's like completely, she's like, when can I do my own show, Dad? And I was like, you have to be with a parent. You have to be with a grown-up. Otherwise, the grown-up will get in big trouble. Yeah, I'm good. My memory serves. It must be all that jellyfish that I've been eating. Oh, what a great day. It's my niece's birthday. Happy birthday. 14. What a great age. I'll tell you, every age is great as long as you're breathing, and everybody knows that. And that's just the way it is. Look, even when you're dead, it's still great. You go to heaven. Well, here's the other story that caught my eye, which made me laugh a lot. And this show's not political. Okay, you can talk about politics. But when I thought about, I heard something, was it yesterday? That American terrorists can vote. Man, I'm getting old. American mass murderers can vote. People on death row can vote. No, I haven't seen Phil for days. I told you it's going to be next week. Phil hasn't written anything to me, but is it written or wrote? Look, this is not an English channel. I mean, English teacher show. I play with words. Sometimes I get them wrong. That's part of my that's part of my charm. King of King says, I used to be on JB's show in 2017 and early 2018, but I have so much going on, I hardly get there anymore. Yeah, I know. Look, King, this is not a prerequisite to show up on these live shows. A lot of people like to watch, like me, Jujubot and all that stuff. And thank you, JB, for turning me on to Jujubot. I learned about her from watching your show last year. And the chats take crazy, but everybody's saying, I'm listening in the background, I'm doing dishes or whatever, right? So my show is kind of like the JB show is like DD and the Dancing Show. In Zero, it's like you get to see our face and look how silly we are. But hopefully, look, my show is about smiles. I hope my smiles are contagious. No. JB and me are like, we're spontaneous. It's like you never know when we're going to go on. I did put a commercial on. Put your hand up if you saw my commercial. I didn't say what time I was coming on. It could be like, I said tonight. But no, JB, I love your new angle. I think it's really cool. And if people like looking at outdoors and all that stuff, and I'm like stuck here in the library or now in the kitchen, And when I get this phone thing, I can walk around and interview. I want to interview people. I just don't want to get punched out. Now in Vienna, everybody's pretty relaxed. I'll probably end up talking to a bunch of Japanese tourists, but that'd be cool. Should I get that stick thing and walk around? No, I think I'm just going to hold it with my hand. It'll be shaky cam until I get good at it. I need to work on my muscles for holding an iPhone in front of me and then showing it to other people. Oh, it's going to be wrist work. Luckily, I'm a musician. My muscles are top. Except I don't look like Schwarzenegger because I don't take steroids. Joan says she likes the kitchen studio even better. Look, I'm semi-mobile right now. No, sometimes I do it at Ben's house. Sometimes I do it at Philip's house. It's always fun to change it up a little bit. But I want to hit the streets now that it's getting warmer and stuff. And I can show you guys, a lot of people. I'm a city of 2 million people. But I'd like to show you the famous stuff first. St. Stephen's Cathedral. It's going to be cool. I don't know if I can walk in and film, but I probably will. At least I can show you the outside. And I'll go into cafes and go into nightclubs and interview people. Ciao, Kanga. Thanks for showing up. Press thumbs up before you leave. Show some common decency. But that's me pretending to be angry. Of course I'm not angry. I'm the king of acceptance. Okay, Jesus got angry like once or twice. But I never have on my show. If I did, I was sleepy. I'll use JB's word, rant. No. I talk to Fingerbots. I don't think I can sing in this room. There's no singing tonight. I have to sing it really quiet. This room has an echo. Hold on, what's that behind me? It's a bunny rabbit. It must be Easter week. Look. Cheers from there. No, but I saw this baby just above the steps in a stroller. I thought to myself, this is not normal. Look. And I thought, well, we're in Vienna. I guess it's normal to leave babies all by themselves in the middle of the city at the subway station. There were a lot of thoughts went through my mind. And then I walked around the baby and I was looking at the baby fast asleep. And I'm walking down the stairs and I see 2 ladies taking another stroller and they put it down and then the other mother ran up to get the other baby. And I thought to myself, how come they didn't take look, they got an elevator. In England, they call it a lift. And it was right there. But it was like, and then I thought to myself, maybe what is it called? I don't know what the phobia is for afraid of elevators. Maybe they have a phobia about elevators to go down 1 level. Now, Philip is super cool. Raging Cajun likes to call him a walking party. And that's true. No, I never saw that before in my life. A baby all by itself in the middle of the city? That sounds like the nightly news, like a bad story or something. My baby was kidnapped. I'm like, the baby was sitting there. I'm like, huh? What's going on? I never saw anything like that before in my life. But JB, I'll tell you the coolest thing about Philip is his name is spelled with 2 P's at the end. 2 P's in the beginning would even be better. Then it'll be 4 P's. But his birth name is actually 2 P's at the end. This is pretend scratch. I'm trying to think, should I write it down? Look, I'm in a really tight, I know it looks like I've got this big thing here, but I'm on a small counter full of spices. Okay, maybe I should start to go through the spices. All my props are gone. This stuff is super great. JB, you said you were going to do a cooking channel. Maybe I'll follow you. Okay, I'm going to really impress somebody. Okay. Oh, this is German. I'll translate it for you. But you can read the part that says premium. This is fine seasoned salt. Oh, and you can use it as a shaker. Look. Maybe what's this? Everybody knows this stuff in America. Bourbon vanilla. It is spelled vanilla with an E at the end. German's not that hard, is it? But they spell bourbon the same. It's French, I think. I think that's enough spices. 1, 2, 3. So, happy Easter, okay? Happy Easter week. I couldn't say it because I didn't do a show. I know I get confused when I first met him. I was like, is it 2 L's or is it it's 1 L and 2 P's? That's why he's an artist. You know, we have time delay here sometimes, and that's normal. We're talking and looking. Well, you're looking at me. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the chat. But we do have a time delay and all that stuff. I tell you, this kitchen floor is cold. I'm glad I brought my flip-flops, and I'm glad I brought toilet paper. Oh no, I forgot to bring a trash can. Whoop-de-doo. Okay. I have to clean it up later. Oh no, it's almost 9 o'clock here. It's now 0023. But chat take over. I'm going to play another song. I think I'm going to play Ben Arson again, or maybe something different. Let's see what's on my mind. Nothing, but that's stating the obvious. Yeah, I'm the king of lo-fi, but I can't play anybody else's music because I get banned. I will once the Blackie thing comes back up. I checked it again today. Blackie's still banned, so I can't do Blackie. They took away my Go Live feature. Jerks. My sister likes to use the word jerks. Jerks. That's PG-13. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go for the obvious one. You're watching the black. I think I'm gonna have to turn it back down again because this is loud. I gotta figure out where these buttons are. I have to hear the. No, I'm not turning it off anyway. Go poop. There we go. I hope it's not too loud. I hope it's not too quiet. You're watching the Blackie Show, the king of lo-fi. Check it out. I did turn it off. Okay, hold on a second. This is actually kind of funny when I screw up.
It's funny how the world is moving all around you. Everyone is on the phone, almost makes you feel alone. So fast, makes you laugh. Everyone just forgets his past. Careful with the mess you make. Hey, hey, I don't wanna be the same. There's not much more to say. I'm not a computer, not this is how the story ends. I'm not a computer, my friend. I'm standing on this earth in a rush, talking trash and dirt. Can't stand still, I wonder why all those lines sweep my eyes. So fast, makes you laugh. Everyone just forgets his past. Just remember yesterday. Hey, hey, I don't wanna be the same. There's not much more to say. I'm not a computer, my friend. This is how the story ends. I'm not a computer, my friend. I'm not a computer, my friend. This is how the story ends. I'm not a computer, my friend. Not a computer, my friend. This is how the story ends. I'm not a computer, my friend. I'm not a computer, my friend. This is how the story ends. From you, my is how the story ends.
Van Arslan with a song called Computer. Look, it's officially now 1 o'clock. Look. Here's the deal. I'm not a, my mom says it sounds better. I'm using this thing, right? Isabel bought this thing from a coffee store. Go figure. The Do Show. Google it. Nobody can spell it. It's quite famous. I don't think it's a German company. I'm not sure. But it's relatively cheap, but it's very, very high quality. I don't want to look at the bottom. It'll probably say made in China. And I have to put it on a pot holder, which is made out of plastic. And it's on the kitchen counter, so the bass is coming through, but I hope not too loud. But I'm glad it sounds good on your end. And I'm playing it quieter. But my boxes are gone. Okay. And I'm glad that I have screw tops. Oh, the sophistication of the Blackie Fitzpatick show is like living in a submarine. I have to get used to this spot. I'm getting ready to go on the street. I'm going to hit the streets. Maybe I'll hit the fields. That'd be cool. I can go to the Danube River. We can all find out if it's blue. I also love bridges, especially when it gets warmer. I'd love to just do a show that's walking across the bridge over the Danube. Okay, that's a done deal. I'm doing that one. Press thumbs up before you leave. I see my numbers going up and down like crazy. But there's a lot of places you guys can actually feel like you're in Vienna and meet a lot of people from around the world, and we'll make new friends. And I'll tell them, hey, join Alec Whittier. And people get confused, though. I say, hi, my name is Blackie Fitzpatrick. And then they say, how do I find you? I say, Alec Whittier. And they go, too much information. Correct. Galaxy says, it will be blue if the sky is blue. Correct. No, the water is like a mirror. It's a reflection. I'll try to go on a sunny day. And I can show you boats and all the cruise boats and look, there's so much cool stuff that I can show you in Vienna. It's a relatively small city compared to London, but it's still rather big. And I can show you the mountains, and that'll be fun. And I know my mom, you haven't seen mountains for a long time. I can show you real mountains. Take it to the Alps. Vienna is situated at the foothills of the Alps, separated only by the Danube River, which is why in the super old days, they picked Vienna to be the capital of the Austrian Empire, which used to run Europe and the world for a long, long time until they lost World War I. I think I studied that stuff when I was younger, but I forgot. But now I live here, so it's like it's like a reality. Again, where do I put my wine? Oh no, I gotta find new places for everything. Okay, maybe back on the table. Oh, sorry, how rude of me. I'm drinking Baron Duval. This is Conduite de France. I don't speak French. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a vintage year of 2017. It's 2019. This really is vintage. No, it's table wine. This is old. And it's $2.99. No headache stuff. No headache. It's actually the real deal. My dad doesn't drink wine anymore, but he used to like to drink the cheap table wine stuff. And I was like, hey, I'm drinking the $17 or the $27 good stuff from France and from Spain. Over here, they're giving it away. There's no taxes or something. Austrian wine costs a lot more. So I'm drinking some good stuff. Clink. It's now officially 1 o'clock on the Blackie Fitzpatrick show. Whoa. Yeah, JVC needs clarification. I don't even know what that means either. What are berms? See. I can take you to the market. There's a bunch of markets. There's actually a market right across the street from here. and that's not the famous one. It's famous for this district. I think the most famous market. That's actually a little bit prettier, but there's tons of markets everywhere around here. No, I'll walk you through the markets. That's where I'll probably get punched out. I'll try to be incognito, but I'm not going to put the phone in my pocket. That's JB's trademark. As soon as you get someplace cool and everybody thinks, wow, we can watch JB do this, we can watch JB do that. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to put you in the pocket. No, if I feel threatened, I might put it in my pocket. No, I'll just pretend I'm on the phone with somebody. You'll be looking at a picture of my ear. Florida Hill, they don't exist. Okay, up by Orlando, you kind of get a little bit of hilly area. I'll show you a mountain. And Mom, I can show you snow. That's right, you go up to Massachusetts once in a while. I want summer. No, the opportunities for the Blackie Fitzpatick show to expand is like expansion itself. I never studied that. That's a fake scratch, by the way. Expansion, is that like when you put fresh water into an ice cube tray and then put it into the freezer? Oh, I guess that's expansion. Okay, cheers from you. Now, there's palaces in Vienna. There's so many palaces. Two of them are super, super famous. But I can show you like really old stuff that's older than US and A. And remember, every American came from Europe. Okay? At least everybody on my show, as far as I know. We all have descendants from Europe. So, for anybody who hasn't been to Europe, I'll get a chance to show you the heart of Europe, Vienna, Austria. So I think it's going to be a big sale for me. And it'll be fun. I get some fresh air. I get out of the walrus's hair. She can read her books and do her own thing. And most of it probably will be night stuff. I'll just go out at nighttime, but I'll do some daytime stuff too. I don't want to step in anybody else's shoes. Sweet, JB. Good news, buddy. I heard you talking about that on one of your shows a couple of days ago. First try? Awesome. Congratulations. Don't get hammered. Just have one glass of champagne. Is it close? Is it close to your house, or how far is it? No, it's great news. Of course, you're overqualified, buddy. No, I think that's great news, and everybody here believes in you anyway. I had some people say, "Oh, we're worried about JB." I'm like, look, JB's number one, he's a masshole. Number two, he's smart. Number three, he's a cool guy. We consider each other friends. And even though we never met, but we have met online and all this stuff. People say it's weird to have internet friends. You know, it's kind of the new reality. I have an internet daughter. She's still my daughter. I'm still her dad. No, JB, you're on the mend. It's okay to go to. I knew you were going to come out anyway. I wasn't worried about it. If I was worried about you, I would have called you more often. I called you a couple times, and I talked straight to you. And you were like, dude, man, I'm cool. Dude, man, I'm cool. You have always been alert. Even when you were down, you still were alert. I think maybe you were in mild shock, but you handled it. Look, I've been in mild shock, severe shock, and that's when the adrenaline comes in. And sometimes depression happens. And look, this is not, look, you guys all know this stuff. You fall down, you stand back up. It's quite simple. You can take your time. Nobody's rushing you. But, you know, it's a healing process, right? Look, starfish, they lose extremity. I think there's 5, right? One of them falls off. Doesn't come back overnight. It takes its time, but it will grow back. Now, JB got outsourced. Look, JB, my mom knows all about outsourcing. That's how she lost her job not too long ago. or the word downsizing. That's how my dad lost his job in the 80s. So there's a lot of things happening, and you think you can trust in a company. Nobody can trust in a company. Company's job is to take care of number one. You're not even number two as a worker. You're just a worker bee, and that's it. Unless you have a union job, but then you still have to watch yourself. In the old days, if you had a union job, they can't kick you out. You could show up to work drunk, and they'd be like, "Why don't you take a nap in the back room? Here's a glass of water and a coffee." Nowadays, I don't know what's going on, but when I worked for Pan American Airways, we had a union, and you could kind of do anything, man. I can't believe it. You could steal stuff. Nobody even cared. If anybody complained, you said, "Talk to my union guy." I only worked for a union for 1 year, so I'm not trying to say I'm a union expert, but it's kind of funny. They told me I had to pay dues, but they never asked me for them. I think one time after 6 months, the head rep, he said, "Fitzpatrick, did you pay your union dues?" And I'm like, "I think so." And he's like, "Yeah, I thought you did too." I never paid them a dime, but they did help me if I got into trouble with something with the company. They were great. Union is not a company. The company is a company. Pan Am was the company. The union was the workers. So I kind of liked it, actually. It got good benefits. You got free health care. We had to pay it was like $1 a month for a $1 million life insurance in case a plane runs over me. This is a true story, actually. And full health care coverage for like $3 a month. Give me a break. That's pretty good benefits. And they make the food cheap for you. Everything is it's a cozy deal, actually. But I hear unions are getting smaller and things are changing. Not only can dead people vote, which has been going on for a long time, but now axe murderers can vote. Charles Manson can vote now. Isn't that cool? Charles Manson can vote. Or is he dead? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Dead people who are mass murderers can vote. It's hilarious. Okay, this is not a political show, but that made me laugh. It's supposed to be comedy. I was like, really? Made me think of a Billy Joel song. Why do I go to extremes? It's like everything is now extremism. It's like, man. Correct. Jamie says, never trust an employer unless you're self-employed. I'm self-employed. I trust myself. I live happily in my skin. Look, but the trick about life is acceptance. And if you don't accept that, then you haven't figured out the trick. Think shit from him. Look, that's pure logic. I know we have a time delay, but yeah, I just thought of that joke now. Chucky can vote twice now. He's a serial killer, and because he's dead. It's hilarious, man. What they're talking about now. Sanders said it. I couldn't believe it. Part of me, and Jamie, you and me were talking about this. Part of me, liked things about Sanders. And Sanders, it's funny because Sanders and Trump have a lot of things in common. The thing that we didn't like was the continuation of the Clinton, Obama, and partially Bush. That whole continuation thing didn't really jive. And the two crazy people come out, Trump and Sanders, and I'm like going, I'll think about it. And then Sanders got kicked out, and I'm going, huh? Okay, let me check out this Trump guy. And I'm like, screw Hillary. Once again, this show is PG-13, but the word screw is what you use with a screwdriver. And I was like, screwdriver, Hillary. I says, I'm going to check out this Trump guy. I don't vote anyway, so that's why I'm allowed to talk about it. I look at politics as a spectator sport. I learned that expression from my father. It's hilarious, man, watching these people. It's almost as funny as watching Kiss live or Marilyn Manson. Or Dave Grohl in a wheelchair performing in Vienna. I saw that. It was funny, man. That was a good show. Oh, man. Entertainment. The opportunity for one to laugh means that less cancer, right? You make other people have less cancer, spreading love around the world. The opposite is cancer and hatred. No, I know, it was socialism, JV. Correct. No, it's true. They gave everything to me for free. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I got paid like $9.10 an hour in the 80s. That was a lot of money. $9.10 an hour. Okay, I was sitting on a runway and I could like die at any moment because of but they gave me the life insurance policy, which was silly of me because I gave it to my girlfriend and she dumped me, and I was like, I should have just gave it to my mother. Luckily, I'm still alive. $1 a month, and you get $1 million if I have an accident. I'm trying to be PG-13, but sometimes accidents happen. It's good to have life insurance. Hey, DJ's back. No, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. No, 910 I made. I was working at Boston Airport, Logan International Airport. All my friends were making $325. I was making 910 full benefits. Half the food was free. Half of my buddies were drinking. Look, at that time I was straight edge. I didn't drink alcohol. And they were all drinking alcohol. They had vodka bottles in their lockers. Like we had lockers, and there was so much freedom. It was a joke. But we got the planes running on time. Clink. We all showed up to work smiling. Look, flagging. Look, I worked on the ground, flagging in airplanes, right? Doing all this stuff, right? At nighttime, you get the orange glow sticks, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. Except for the pollution from Jet A. That's half the reason why I left. I was like, I'm going to be dead. I looked at my, we call him Screw Chief, but he was called the Crew Chief. And he was the guy, he's usually the oldest guy. And he would be in charge of a certain team of people. And I looked at him and I said, how old are you, dude? And he was like, I'm 50. I've been working for Pan Am my whole life. And I looked at him, I was like, you look like you're 100. Like, I'm 50. This guy looked like he was half dead. Nice guy, really nice guy. Really nice guy. I really like that. I don't think he's alive now. He's in heaven. He took a Pan Am airplane and went, I'm up in heaven now. Can't remember his name, but it doesn't matter. I worked there for a year. Remember the bad crew chief, Butchie. He was only angry when he couldn't drink. But then when he went back on the vodka, he had a smile on his face. Butchie Spears, remember that guy? He trained me how to push the tug. Your best friend, your worst enemy. When he gets angry, walk away. Yeah, well, tips, it's fine. You know, if you make tips, that's. Look, I did a job in Florida, right? At a very popular seaside restaurant, literally on the water, and on the beach, I should say, next to the water. And I think I got $225, but the tips I was making, I don't know, $45,000 a year after tips. Excuse me, a cash in hand, so after taxes, which means I was making $90,000, which you have to pay half. Oh, you had bad tips? Sorry. I had good tips. I was getting like 20 for a table, and I was doing 3 tables an hour, so I was making $60 an hour. But when I had to set the restaurant up and close it down, then I went down to $2. And I was like, okay. I was like, but all that $2.25 or whatever it was, that went to the taxes to the government, and then I could write down how much money did you make, and I was like, oh, let me see if I can fuzzy math. And I ended up making 45, and basically paying no taxes because that came from the beach, which was nothing. I hated the job, I'll be honest with you. I hated it. Beautiful work on the ocean, on the Gulf of Mexico, excuse me. Beautiful, beautiful. But I hated the job. I really hated it. I did it for 3.5 years. Did money make me happy? No, it turned me into a raging drunk. After work, everybody got hammered. Working in the sun all day. It's 1,000,000 degrees and humidity is like over 200. No, dolphins are fun, and I love thunderstorms. Thunderstorms meant we all would walk out in the rain and go, thank you, God. And all the tables would run away because I was outside restaurant. I didn't do the indoors. That was for the fancy people. I did the outdoor. We served Yeah. When I first started there, it was just like fish sandwiches and burgers and French fries and onion rings and a bunch of alcohol to tourists coming down to Florida. It had pier. It was a really beautiful place to hang out at when you're not working there. Cheers from Vienna. No, I found that job. I also got my first try, Jimmy. I found that job. I never was a waiter before in my life. I found that job because I used to be, what do they call it? I'm forgetting the words right now. Good, the wine's working. They had a tiki bar there, and right by the pier. And they had, these high benches, with plastic stuff because I was wearing a bathing suit. I just finished swimming. And you go there, you don't have to wear a shirt or anything, and just wear a bathing suit. Don't even have to wear flip-flops or anything, as long as you stay outside. And I'm just sitting at the bar and meet a bunch of people, and the bartenders were always nice, except for one guy. I didn't like that guy. He set me up with a lesbian. That wasn't fair. I was single when I was there. As a customer, I fell in love with the place, and then I had a little bit of cash on me, not much, but I had a little bit of cash on me. And then when the money ran out, it was like, I think actually mom and my father encouraged me. And they were like, well, why don't you get a job working as a bartender? That's the place is called Sharky's. I'm not promoting them. They fired me at the end, but I love you guys for firing me. I got to take care of my daughter. So I went up to to one of the managers and I says, I just ran out of money. Can I get a job as a bartender? And she said, do you have any experience of being a bartender? I always tell the truth, so I told her no. She said, well, then be a server. It's easy. And you make big money. And I was like, okay, I'll try this thing. And they trained me, and I became a server. And you have to wear a silly uniform and whatever. But I have a personality. I can go up to a table with a 6-top or a 12-top. I know how to run a show, right? So it looks like I was pretty good at it. They liked my personality. And I made a lot of money. $20 a table. You turn 3 an hour, $60 an hour. I told that to my sister. She said, that's stripper money. It's true. And that was after taxes. And, of course, it's a right to work state in Florida. So they made me work like 60 to 80 hours. And I was just like, I don't need this much money. I just want to go to the beach and chill out and look for dolphins. They're like, work, you're good, work. 3.5 years of that stuff. Ball. Okay, I got to play some music so I can figure out what I'm doing here. I wish I could play stuff again. One day I'm going to be able to play when Blackie Fitzpatick comes back, I'm going to play music until they ban me again. I'm tired of playing my own stuff over and over and over again. This is stuff that I wrote together with Mr. Ben Arson. The song is called Girl in Red. You're watching the Blackie Fitzpatick Show, the king of lo-fi. Press thumbs up before you leave.
Girl in red. Tell me why you're confused and so sad. Girl in red. Please don't cry, don't be shy. I could make you so glad. You're so fine. Girl, you know that I want you. Just give me a sign. I can be yours. You can be mine. And face me with your shining smile. I can be yours. So cross your line. You cross your line. Girl in red. Every time I'm around you, I find you sublime. But take your time. I'll be there
could be yours. So cross your life, baby. I could be yours. You could be mine. Embrace me with your shining smile. I could be yours. So cross your life. You never ask me if I am the one. Shame on you. I never ever asked you if you wanna dance. Shame on me. But if you wanna share, I'm willing to care about our love. Girl in red. Tell me why you're confused and so sad. I could be yours, you could be mine. Embrace me with your shining smile. I could be yours, so cross your life,
You're watching the Fitzpatick Show, King of Lo-Fi. That was Ben Arson with a song called "Girl in Red." You can, if you haven't seen the video, check it out. I'll be honest with you, JB, the story is true about the lockers and the vodka. I'm not making that up. Number one, the truth is the easiest thing to remember. I always tell the truth, unless I get a slip up. But if you call me out, that story is true. Butchie Spears. That guy's dead too already. My refrigerator's talking to me, or Isabella's refrigerator's talking to me. A DJ says, "Hey, I'm in and out. The kids are here. Hey, that's respected." JB comes in. He says, "I'm going to talk to those carp fishing guys, but I'm going to keep it in the pocket." Here's what I like to do. Here's my line. I go up to and say, "Hey, I'm live right now on YouTube or Facebook." I said, "I think I did it on Facebook. I can't remember what I did it on." And I said, "You want to come on my show?" I got rejected so many times. I didn't care. And a couple of people said yes, and it was usually the musicians. I don't know. Look, you're a fisherman. I'm not really a fisherman. So I don't know how fishermen, are they shy people? Usually, when I had luck, when I did this thing the other week, I was actually promoting them. So I was like, "Hey, I get whatever." Sometimes I have 100 people watching. Sometimes over time, it could be even more. I said, "You can promote your stuff." I said, "Tell me what's your website?" And they're going, "Oh, my website is tomdickandharry.com." And they go and check it out. And so I said, "Hey, okay, thanks for being on my show." And I asked them, funny questions like I always do. And then I give them 5 minutes. And then I go to the next person and ask them. And they say, "Nope, nope, nope." And one guy I talked to the other day when I was using on his phone. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll be on your show." And I said, "Hey, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're live on the Blackie Fitzpatick show." I Googled who the band is, and this guy has 50,000 views. He's a group from Austria. 50,000 views, that's not bad. So he was like, "Yeah, promote my group for me, please." I said, "Good." So 50,000, okay, if 100 of you guys press thumbs up, that's pretty good. I don't remember the name right now, but I did check it out. You have to watch my shows, and if you're really interested, go, "Hey, check that out. Alec is talking to," Blackie is talking to some guy or girl, Susie Q, right? And she says, "Yeah, I sell cosmetics or whatever," right? I said, "Look, I can get you some thumbs up." And then she'll come and give me some thumbs up, and then she'll find you, JB, and look, I'm getting into marketing right now. A lot of people think, Blackie, are you doing this for fun entertainment? Yes, I'm pretty good at it. So with the Rolling Stones. It's a lot of fun. But I'm actually trying to, look, I got my first royalty check for my book. I'm Close, a memoir from Blackie Fitzpatrick. Go figure. They're paying me money now. My mother told me. I don't know when I got the check, but my mother sent me some money, and she says, "Congratulations, Blackie. You got your first royalty check for your book." I wrote the book in 2012, and I have to go. There's a certain threshold that I have to sell books. Right now, my book is on sale for $4. It's a paperback book. I put my list price at $17.95, and Amazon kicked it down. It's on Barnes and Noble, so Amazon.com, and a bunch of other places. And all you have to do is type in Blackie Fitzpatrick, and it'll show up anyway. I'm close. Parentheses, a memoir, parentheses. But if you type in Blackie Fitzpatrick book, just Google Blackie Fitzpatrick, my show will show up. But also, if you scroll down or whatever, just write in book or Amazon or whatever. I'm not trying to sell this stuff. I wrote the book for my daughter. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I think family and friends bought the book, and I finally made the threshold. And I get 60%, and they get 40%. I said yes to the deal. I did it through a sister company of Amazon called Create Space, where you can write your own books, and it costs for me to buy it. And that's what it is. They're doing the same price. They're giving it away right now. It's $3 to $4, depending on what page you find. And it's my first book. I have 4 other ones in my noodle. I look like a 50-50 bar. I have 4 other books in my head. I haven't written them yet, but that's a good question. John says, "Hey DJ, tell us your name and tell us no, your name is DJ. What's your time zone?" Okay, Arizona, cool. No. Oh, Pennsylvania. Hey, Pennsylvania. I'm in Vienna. You watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show? I don't know your name, but if you're friends with Kang, you're friends with the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show. So it looks like originally you were from Arizona and now you're in Pennsylvania. That's the way I understand it. I have friends from both states. I'm from Massachusetts. So is JB. Indiana Jones is from the Yak, but she lives in Indiana. Go figure. I tell you, I've only been to Pennsylvania. Good, I got it right. I know we have a time delay. Plus, look, Pennsylvania. I've only been there once, but I have 2 really good friends. 3 actually. I'm probably going to come up with more later. Now you're my 4th, but I always thought that Pennsylvania was really, really cool. Look, I'm from Massachusetts, and I always thought, well, there's only a couple of states that I don't like, and I'm not going to say it out loud. Pennsylvania is not one of them. Yeah, I know. My mom says, write a PG. Look, the Blackie Fitzpatrick, my first book, is definitely rated R. Okay, it's not for kids. I said I wrote it for my daughter, and she can read it when she's like 16 or something. But no, it's rated R. But all it is true stories about me, and the Pan Am story. JV said that story's in there. Half the stories I'm telling I already wrote down. I inked it. And it's published and all that stuff. And thanks, Mom, for sending me the Easter card with my first royalty check for my book. And everything it's on the Easter discount sale. If you like my show, you'll love my book. I tried that angle last year. I don't know. Maybe somebody bought it. I don't know. But it was expensive last year. Now Amazon just knocked it down. So they're giving it away. I don't even care. It's from my daughter. The second book, Mom, the second book is going to be rated R2. My third book, I already have all the titles in my head. My third book, I can do PG-13. My 4th book is going to be about music. That's going to be rated G. And my 5th book is going to be, I want to write a children's book. That's going to be rated G. So I'm working backwards here. So no, my next one is, maybe I'll flip it around. No, I'm waiting for Veronica to grow up. I want to understand everything. And I'm definitely going to write a children's book. That'll be my last book. And but I want to write a music book about the way I teach and the way I understand theory and talk about who I learned from. And yeah, Mom, you're going to be part of it. Now that one's going to be PG-13. My third book is called Finding Petra, and that's a challenge. But I'll make that one. I'll make that one PG-13 for you, Mom. But my second book is called Must to Do Two Things Bad. It's going to be rated R. Sorry. I'm not. I haven't finalized the ending of Finding Petra, but Must Have Do Two Things Bad. I already have that one written in my head. I just have to find the time and energy to actually do it. But I've proven it to myself. I wrote my first book. I'm also a memoir, and it's my top 10 stories. I think I wrote 10 or 13 chapters. My top stories of me growing up to this present time. Well, 2012. And I wrote down, and yes, it was definitely people were drinking vodka at the airport. So if anybody's nervous about airport or pilots, look, I was straight edge. I was just a witness, and I was going, hold on a second. Everybody's hammered when they're nice. And when they're not nice, they're detoxing. Take shit from Vienna. I figured that out when I was 20. Now, Joan, I know what book you want to write. You can talk about it if you want, but I already know what book you want to write. Look, you're watching the king of acceptance, the king of lo-fi, the king of nothingness. I believe in heaven. I don't believe in hell. I'm a Christian. I'm not religious. I think politics is funny. I don't vote. Call me back. Must Have Do Two Things Bad. That's going to be a good book. That one's in my head already. I already know what I'm going to write. Look, when I studied, when I took a music break for a couple of years, and I studied not only airplanes and traveling the world, but I was studying at the University of Massachusetts in my free time. And I majored in philosophy and I minored in psychology. And I read a lot of books, maybe too many, but at a certain point I quit. I was like, after 4 years of studying philosophy, it's enough to make me turn into Friedrich Nietzsche. So I didn't want that to happen, or Sartre. I didn't want to go nuts, or Kierkegaard. I didn't want to go crazy too. So I was like, okay, good. I read enough stuff. The reason why I picked philosophy was because I thought it would help my writing. So, and my speaking. Look, I was born in Framingham, Massachusetts. Cut me some slack. If anybody's into maps, Google where it is, and it's just outside of Boston. Straight due west. I was born there. But I like maps, actually. Maps like me. That was one of the things I wanted to do when I was younger. I was like, my first thing was like, clown. I did it. My second thing I wanted to do when I was a kid was play music. I did it. My third thing I wanted to do was be a map maker. I'm a world traveler. When one dreams hard enough, or one thinks, every thought is a prayer. Pay attention. One has one life. There are no regrets. There's only acceptance. And I accept if people don't press time's up before you leave. Like, that's a Don Rickles joke. I'm not angry. Some people call me Bishop Blackie, but it's only one person, Messenger Mike. Hi, Messi, if you're watching. Look. It is now 0106. You're watching the Black Fitzpatick Show, the King of Lo-Fi. Situated right now in the 10th District in the Black Fitzpatick Kitchen Studio. If I don't break 10, I'm not going to sing Sinatra, and I think that will make everybody in this building happy. I'm in a 3-story apartment complex. It's an old building. Pretty soon, they're trying to kick everybody out, so pretty soon this will be demolished. But it's Austrian law that they have to find a new place for Isabella. I mean, the walrus. And if she doesn't like it, look, I'm being a clown, John. I'm being a clown right now. Okay. Some people are like, "What's up with this guy, Blackie Fitzpatick?" No, it's funny. I never said the word blood though. I don't know what that means. Blood in the Crips? Look, I'm not a gang member. Never have been, never will. I'm in music. Look, I've been in bands. We never thought of ourselves as gangs, even when we walked around the streets of Boston with baseball bats. Sometimes clowns can be creepy, but look, when I was a young boy, a clown told me 1 + 1 = 11. That wasn't creepy. That was funny. I wasn't paying attention to his nose. I was listening to what he was saying. I didn't care about his McDonald's hair or his white face. I did like his baggy pants though, because I'm an MC Hammer fan. Yeah, I know. Joe, the girlfriend, you're on my good side always. I like the joke because it's a reality joke. Look, on my show, I always tell the truth, unless I slip up. What I'm trying to do is be funny around like my own real stories because look, nothing is scripted here. I'm as bad as Donald Trump when he was on the campaign trail before. It's like, look, I've lived a life that's full, and now I face the final curtain. Look, I get who I am. Press thumbs up before you leave. Okay, cheers from you. Hey, Raging Buddy. Happy Thursday, happy Friday from Vienna. It's now 0109. Now, Raging, we got a small intimate crowd here right now. But look, all the peeps you know, and everybody knows who you are. And look, I was lurking today. I think I saw you showing up at Juju Blood or something. I was lurking and watching. I'm doing chores and stuff around the house. And here's what I want to know, Raging. I saw that line of thunderstorms go through your area, and I heard about the tornadoes and all this stuff. Did any of that stuff affect you? Because I'm a weather geek, so I'd be curious to hear what happened. Did you lose any trees? Or I heard there was no deaths. You guys know how to do severe storm lines and stuff like that, but that was a pretty good one. I know we have a time delay, but if you want to write a book, I'm actually very curious to find out, like, did any of your neighbors get screwed up? Did you lose any roof stuff? And look, my mother had a hurricane 2 go over her house not too long ago, so I'm an avid weather geek, like crazy dude. Always have been. I think that was my 4th job I wanted to do. Okay, branches down, but yeah, it was bad. And the sun is shining right now. Okay, good. So no major flooding or anything like that. So branches down. So nothing so major. Look, I'm watching propaganda just like you are. And I heard there was a bunch of tornadoes and da-da-da-da-da, but nobody died. You guys don't know how to handle that stuff. And I heard all the jokes. They were like, if there's a 1/4 inch of rain on the ground, CNN says, "Oh no, major catastrophe." Okay, you get the sideways. Okay, that's okay. You're pretty close to tornadoes. But any of your friends, anybody else that you know from the neighborhood that got really screwed up? Or, I mean, branches is normal. Look, I'm used to nor'easters. I'm from Massachusetts, and I know what nor'easters are, and it's also the wind going sideways. We don't see this stuff in Vienna. Everything is just like snow or mega hot. Today was 81 degrees. I think we talked. Yeah, all good. Sweet. Yeah, it didn't hit your neighborhood. No, I was watching you guys last night in chat. I was lurking and all this stuff, but and I was looking at the Weather Channel. I'm going because I heard you guys talking, and so I went to the Weather Channel. I was like, "Oh, you guys got a good line." That was just one line going through. I was more curious about if it was going to affect my daughter in Florida, but she's in south of Tampa, south of Sarasota. But we're all like Gulf of Mexico neighbors, right? So I was like, okay. It's not that bad. I've seen a lot of stuff. But I've been to Louisiana a couple of times and stuff. And look, you guys are just as tough as people from Florida. When something happens, you know what to do. The dumb ones are the ones who die. No offense. Last minute people going out in the middle of a storm forget the tornado warning. Look, you got to pay attention. I'm not making fun of anybody, but I'm a weather geek. No, I was pleased to hear on the news today that nobody died, so that's pretty cool. Actually, I like that. Infrastructure can be repaired, lives can be lost. Everybody says that, and it's true. So I'm happy about all that. I'm really happy about that. When you were talking about food today in the chat, I was like, oh, that's good. I was like, hey, I wanted to say hi, Raging, but then I was like, everybody knows me that, and I was like, I didn't really want to talk forever, but you were number one on my list, and I was like, just leave it out. Maybe Raging will find me later. Raging, did you hear my Blackie commercial? I came up with a new word today. I put on a 30-second advertisement saying I was going to come on later. Did you catch it? Who else caught it? Press 1. I think my mom said she caught it. And press thumbs up before you leave. Show some common decency. I'm an old man. I'm over 50. Yeah, you caught it. Good. Okay, so the trick works. I'm going to keep on doing it. Just put a little heads up. No, but my shows are going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Yeah. Okay, good. It worked. Good. So I don't know where I learned this from, but I think it was Diamond and Silk or something. I think I was watching Diamond and Silk, and they were like, "We're going to be on later," so everybody can make their schedule. But I didn't know what time I was going to go on. But some people were writing me in private, and they're going, "How come I haven't seen you like for days?" And I thought to myself, because I wasn't on. And I'm like JB. We're spontaneous right now. We used to have scheduled shows, and I tried to do this stuff last year and get everybody with time slots and all that stuff, but it didn't work. So we kind of pulled back a little bit, and maybe we're doing a take 2 here right now. Wow, I'm almost up to 10. Thumbs up before you leave. Maybe I'll sing Sinatra and kill the show. I've been on for an hour and a half. Well, the walrus isn't yelling. I think she fell asleep on the computer, or she's in the zone. Who has a double account? Make it 10, then I'll sing Sinatra and kill it. Unless you want to hear me ramble on like crazy. There's only so many songs I can play. I have to play music that I wrote or co-wrote. I can play Vinehauer maybe. Yeah, wake up the neighbors. Blackie Fitzpatick is live right now. You don't see this stuff every day. This is like, I know because Galaxy, I had no idea what time it was. I had to talk to the walrus. Keep up. The walrus was out. I need permission to do my show. Oh, Joan says dirt. Okay, thank you. I love the request. I'm going to play it light inside. The reason, and I say this story every time, the reason why I love this song is because I penned it, but I did not write it. Let me say that again. I wrote down the words, I sang it, I played. But was I inspired? I wouldn't even use the word inspiration. Look, this is not a religious show, but keep up. And I've said it before a million times. This is by request. This is Dearth, the light inside. You're watching the Blackie Fitzpatick show.
And it felt like home, but I need more time to believe it's mine. When I called your name, you were there for me. I see light inside of you, feeling the weight of my knees. I walked away and so did you. Now I see light inside of you, and I know that I feel fine when I'm on my own. I don't have to struggle, but I need more time. When I close your name, you were there for me. I see light inside of you, feeling way to my knees. I want to wait inside you. I see light inside of you, and it shows in truth. We will find a way, and then in the silence, you were here with me. I called your name, and it felt like home. But I need more time to release my mind. When I called your name, you were there for me. When I called your name, you were there for me. I see the light inside of you. I see the light inside of you. I see the light inside of you.
It was Dearth with a song called The Light Inside. You're watching the Blackie and Fitzpatrick Show, the King of Lo-Fi. Situated right now, live in the Blackie and Fitzpatrick kitchen studio, located in the 10th district of Vienna. Press thumbs up before you leave. Thanks for that request, Joan. There's no video for that. Well, there's live video. Look, The Light Inside Dearth. It's an old song that I wrote. We'll do Raging, depending on what mood it will be received or not. Joan and Raging know what I'm talking about. And my mom. But look, the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show is about acceptance, okay? Smiles. Turning one's brain off? You want to hear the Mozart one? I'll play it. I get 1.5 glasses of wine left, and it's 0121. So it's time for me to slowly think about saying bye-bye to my show, but I think the walrus is asleep in the other room. She's playing Sudoku when I left on the computer, so I don't know. My mom says play the Mozart, or you understand. No, I know there's a time delay. I'll play the Mozart one. It's a short one. There's something actually, there's a story behind it. And if I said it before, it doesn't really matter because the story is a story. I never get tired of hearing a story about Christmas. I never get tired about hearing a story about Easter. If the story is good, the story is good. It's called repetition cycles. What I want to do is sing Sinatra and kill the show. You guys are great. Don't press thumb. I have 9 right now. Joan, do I have 9 or don't lie to me? Tell me it's 9. My thing says 9. I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube thing. I'm in a different country, so sometimes they lie to me. Mine says 9. What does it say on your end? Joan's my head mod, so I'm not trying to insult anybody else, but she's quick with the thing. Now, the most I want is, and I'll tell the story here. No, we have time to write. The Mozart thing is, I had a phase when my daughter, Veronica, was born, and I was like, I just got fired from my job, which was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I didn't really get fired. I got laid off. Yours says 6? Mine says 9. It's so weird. Mine says 9. I know you don't lie. That's why you're my head mod. It's so weird. Mine says 9. No, mine says 6 people watching. I said, how many likes do I have? I hear funny noises outside. I'm in a totally different room here. How many thumbs up do we have? Let me say it that way. I know there's 6 watching. Mine says 6 watching. But how many thumbs up? No, with that, this is the, really, it says 6? Yeah, Rachel says 9. Isn't that funny? Hello, YouTube. We're on to you. Hello, YouTube. We're on to you. Hello, hello, hello. 6 and 9 and 6 and 9. Look, I smell a hustle when I know what a hustle is. Look, no, I'll go back to my Mozart story. It's a very short piece of music, 1 minute. And it's the last music that Mozart wrote before he died. It's a true story, actually. At least it's folklore. It was a long, long time ago, right? But the story of Requiem is the last piece. This is what historians say. I almost said horse historians. That's funny. Horse stories? Like, I don't know. I think it's YouTube. Everybody says different numbers and stuff all the time. Sometimes they tell me more. Sometimes they tell me less. I don't know. Thanks just for me. I'm going to try to tell I'll play Mozart next. Look. I'm in Vienna. I should play Mozart. No, hold on a second. He's from Salzburg. No, he moved to Vienna. Oh, hold on a second. He got famous in Prague. Vienna didn't like him. They love him now, but he's dead. Mom, I don't know either. I can put one on myself. No, I want to play the Mozart piece. But here's my little story. I was listening to Mozart Requiem. It's the last piece of music that he wrote before he died. And I thought to myself, hey, maybe I should Wikipedia him and figure it out. And it turns out that, and I knew this from here. Look, I'm living in Austria, and everybody verified it. All he did was write the theme, the melody, which is, I'm not trying to bore you with music stuff, but if you're doing classical music, same thing with pop. Probably the same thing with art. My mom would say, sketch. You have an outline, and then everything else is. I always tell people it's like a skeleton, and then you got to put, dress it up with clothes or a hat or whatever, right? And so Mozart's last piece of music, because the other stuff is fashion. That's too easy to figure out. But he wrote the last theme that he wrote. Is from Requiem, which means like dead people or something. Right? He wrote it for his father when his father died. And he wrote a really, really dramatic, sad piece of music. And then he died. He knew his job was done. And his time was over. I think he died at 36 or something, really young, but he got sick or whatever. In the old days, I don't want to talk about the measles shot and all that stuff. But in the old days, it was normal to die. Look, he had a great life. God gave him beautiful music to write. And I thought to myself, and I was listening to it, and I was like, what a beautiful piece of music. And I realized that he only wrote the intro, the theme, which is 1 minute long. And I had a classical guitar at the time. This is when I was living in Florida. I was unemployed, and I was like, hey, I want to learn this song. I've learned tons of music. This is not a braggadocious way. This is my job, right? And I thought, okay. And there's proof. You should watch the video. Actually, I think it has a lot of views. Let me check it out. Because nobody ever did this before. Because I Googled it, I YouTubed it, and I was like, Requiem on classical guitar from Mozart, right? What's that? Yeah. So if you type in, well, I'll put the link in, whatever. Nobody saw it. 4,300. Look at 50 seconds. It's really, really short. I did it 5 years ago. Oh, somebody else copied me. He only has 117 views. So people are copying me now. Nobody did it, and there was no notes. And I was like, how do I figure out how to? And I was like, oh, okay, I have to figure it out by ear. And it's a beautiful, beautiful Mozart's last gift to everybody on the planet, and it's going to live forever. And I'm the first guy who. And I'm not wearing a shirt because it was in the middle of the summer. I'm not trying to be sexy or anything. It was the middle of summer, and the air conditioner was making too much noise, so I had to turn the air conditioner off. It was a true story. And here's my story. I've always wanted to play Mozart's intro, the short theme from Requiem on guitar. I could not find a version online. Nobody did it, so I'm the first one to do it. This is why I have my biggest video actually. Requiem from Mozart, performed by Blackie Fitzpatick. Oh, that's yours truly. That was the first way to do that one. I'll put the link on if anybody hasn't seen it. And press thumbs up. It's funny because I did it. I don't know. Nobody else. Oh no! I broke 10. Everything was due my way. But no, it's one of my biggest videos actually. Embarrassingly so. All I have is 4,410 views and 94 thumbs up. I actually got 3 thumbs down. Oh no! They probably didn't like it. Look, I had to take my shirt off. It was too hot. Look, it was in the middle of summer. As soon as you turn off the air conditioner in a small apartment by the Venice Beach, Florida, guess what happens? It turns into 111 with humidity. And I was like, I didn't get it on my first try. First try, I had my shirt on. Second try, I didn't get it. I had my shirt on. Third try, I took my shirt off, put some water in my hair. And I was like, yeah, it's definitely me. You can see my nose. And that's me playing it. And a lot of people wrote to me. They were like, send me the notes, and all that stuff. And I was like, you figure it out yourself. So I figured it out with no notes, and I made my own arrangement. That's my arrangement. I wrote that. I should. Regina has another request. Although I didn't play that song. I have to play only music that I played. This is the YouTube rule, or I can do karaoke. A lot of people. I did that. 2013. I did that one. 22 comments. Yeah. Please give me the tabs. And I'll be honest with you, I don't have the tabs anymore because I moved to Vienna, so I don't have them anymore. And I could figure it out again. I figured it out once, so I can do it again. But who's this other guy that did it? Hold on. No, they're all doing a different version. Oh, here let's check out this other guy. I want to check it. This is the new one from Michael Hickling. I'm going to turn the sound up a little bit because this is classic guitar. I want to see if he stole my arrangement or if he made his own version. Because okay, I just kicked it up a notch. I haven't seen this one yet. Introitus from Mozart. That's my version. Okay, it's different. Okay, it's pretty close. So this guy saw my video. That's pretty cool. I'm famous in this guy's world. So he changed it up a little bit. That's pretty cool. But hey, SLS. Look, no, I know, no, it's cool. The first half was totally mine, and he did some stuff. What he did was he took out. I put in some hard stuff. Da, dee, da, da. He didn't put that in. He made it simple. So, but he saw my video, and his video has like whatever 100 views, and mine has thousands, 5,000 views. No, he's a young punk with a long beard. But it's no, that's cool actually. Like, press thumbs up before you leave. How come it went up to 11 and then went down to 10 on thumbs up? It's so weird. I can't figure this out. Which James? Hey James. Press thumbs up before you leave. Which meeting are you talking about? The one that I had on Monday? No, hold on a second. I have a lot of meetings. Which one? I need clarification here. Look, I have meetings like every day. Except with the mirror. I never look at the mirror. No, the meeting that I had last week with the guys at the studio, the two music producers, I think maybe you're referring to that one. It was thumbs up. If you're referring to that one, it was excellent. Yeah. Now we're in. I think we're going to the studio next week. We haven't picked a song yet. We're talking about all of the meetings. Like I'm like doing stuff. Look, a meeting only lasts 5 minutes, so I have meetings like all the time. But the last big one was not this Monday, but the Monday before, and it was a great meeting. And the two guys are really cool. They're younger guys, and they totally love dance music. And they said I can be co-producer. Oh, the contest meeting. Yeah, he's in. He's in. Okay, thanks, James. No, he got that one. He's in, which means Ben's going to stay here at least until the 1st of July. And speaking of Ben, tomorrow is his birthday. So please, everybody who likes Ben Arson, if you're not on Facebook, then write it on my show. Just say, hey, I'll show Ben. Because officially right now, it is Friday. Today is his birthday. He's now 0135. Ben turns 28. He is 28. I told him, I said, you'll be successful when you're 27, like Sting. And he was like, Blackie, you promised me. And I was like, okay, then do it when you're 28. Don't give up. I know, it's really old, isn't it? He wanted to be a boy band type of thing. I said, dude, man, we're doing serious music. It's not about, I should be so lucky, 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 lucky. I should be so lucky in love. I said, we're not doing that stuff. We're doing something a little bit more serious. Like the Mozart rubbish that I just played. No, that song is brilliant. I think it's actually one of Mozart's best pieces. And then he croaked. Clink, cheers from Vienna. Okay. Well, I still have more than a handful of people watching. I did hit 10 thumbs up, at least on my end. So it's time for me. Oh, hold on a second. I need to get it. I need another glass of wine here. But maybe I should sing My Way, like really quiet. Who wants to? Like, I know it's a staple. I can't do New York, New York. That's going to be way too loud. I think I have the walrus sleeping in the other room, and I got neighbors over there who are kind of cool. But they're all foreigners. I'm not going to call the police. Isabella might. I know a lot of people are multitasking. They just join the chat and say, hey, who's hanging out with Blackie? But they're listening to, look, to be honest with you, I just want to watch Tucker Carlson too. Although last night's show was boring. I told you the floor is cold. I liked Hannity last night. Hannity last night was pretty good. I like that one. I fell asleep with, no, I didn't fall asleep with Huckabee. With Huckabee, Isabella said, go to bed. It's raging. Look, the good, look. Vincent van Gogh. Look, artist is an artist. Never got into this business. I'm just an artist. If people pick me up, I go, and I do something. If not, I'm still an artist. I'm always going to be. I picked this career when I was 15. That was my. I had a nervous breakdown. My what do they call it? Midlife crisis when I was 22. Since I was 22, I never looked back. I'm 50. I'm in Vienna, the city of music. I have a show. I have small ones in the crowd. I don't care. I have a girlfriend. Okay, she's a walrus. I have a daughter. Okay, she's in Florida. My mother watches this show. Okay, Mom, I love you. But the sky is the limit. Casey Kasem, keep your feet on the ground. Look, I accept everything. It's like I'm very proud of everything that I've done. Look, if anything, if a meteorite hit, I don't know, the North Pole, direct hit, and everything is game over, and we all end up in heaven, I'll be like, hey, I had fun while I was here. I'm not a bitter man. Look, I'm an international world traveler. Was I born in Massachusetts? Yeah. Do I have it on my shoulder all the time? I mean, that's my dark shoulder. I look like a 50-50 guy in these lights. I have to get used to this. Do I have it on my sleeve all the time? I'd rather just play Culture Club and Duran Duran all night, but they won't let me do that stuff. So I have to turn into Rush Limbaugh and talk about myself. I'm an optimist. That much is true. I totally am an optimist. My mom knows Casey Kasem. Keep your feet on the ground and reach for the stars. It's called the American Dream. Almost every other country says, be pessimistic. It could suck. Get a job for the government. You'll be happy. I could take that joke a million places. And it still would be PG-13. Trust in the system. It's working for you. Until the system pukes you out. What I love about, here, I can't say the joke, but I'll bring up the theme. There's one thing I love about I don't know, is it Marvel or who cares? I like the Invisible Man. The Invisible Man has unique superpowers. Just ask any illegal alien. I know, I've been it myself. I'm not making any judgment. But the Invisible Man, with his unique powers, superpowers, also has Superman's version of kryptonite, which is called being caught up and tossed out by the system. Correct, James Robert. One of my favorite groups from Kazakhstan is called System of a Down. Okay, they got famous in Los Angeles. System of a Down had their first single was called Aerials. I'm sure JB knows that song. I wish I could play it. I can talk about it. Aerials. What are they talking about? No, that Reggie got my joke. That's PG-13. You're allowed to talk about that. No, I have a great. No. Okay, here's to my to the ladies who are watching. If you could become Wonder Woman, you get superpowers, right? A lot of it has to do with gold. What is it? The golden lasso? Boom. Okay, the second single was Aerials. No, Antenna is the second single, maybe. Maybe JB knows better than me. Aerials. No, not Antennas. Antennas is a different. I said Aerials. Look, I believe you, JB. Look. I only know a couple of songs from System of a Down. Some of them I don't like. Aerials. Da 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 da. Look, that song is the pretend scratch. I'm trying to figure out the rest of the melodies. Aerials from the sky. That melody. Look, I love ZZ Top too. Trust me, I got influenced by them at a very, very young age. The ending of Aerials. Aerials. I can't sing like that. From the sky. I heard that stuff and I was like, "Oh, this song is unique." Great, great, great song. No, you're right. They had that punky song before. Now I remember. I didn't like that punky song. But Aerials was like super, what do they call that stuff? New metal. It was like, they were like top of the, they got a different producer or something. They were going, why don't we do like a slow tempo? Do the soft, quiet, loud thing like Nirvana. And so, like, I understand how this stuff works. So do you, JB. But sometimes I'm not an expert at System of a Down. I'm just talking about the system and being invisible. And Superman and Wonder Woman. And maybe Rachel can get my joke. It's an old joke. I'm not going to say it here in my show, but if anybody knows that joke, press one. If not, I'll send it to you in a private message. It's actually really funny. Superheroes are great. Superheroes defy all of the odds. They do have weaknesses. I mentioned kryptonite before. Look, you know the joke. Invisible Man has his weakness is people can throw sand on you or blow a cigarette in your face. Wonder Woman's weakness is if she loses that golden rope or lasso, she's in big trouble. Linda Carter may look good, but without that rope, she's dog meat. Being a warrior does count. Look, it's all about strength. It's all about standing up, right? Look, I'm making my vest look perfect. Or not. A warrior is somebody who walks, even when they're tired. A warrior is, I'm having trouble breathing. Maybe I have asthma. Cough out the phlegm. Think shit from you. A warrior is someone who says, I'm flat broke, but I'm not ready to lay down. Everything's going to work out. Look at JB's story. He's got a cool job now. He didn't lay down. That's a warrior. JB's a warrior. Joan's a warrior. Everybody who watches my show is a warrior. Thank you. Raging has a great one. Once a warrior, always a warrior. My high school motto. Perfect. This is what I'm talking about. I'm sorry I had to start it up with the Invisible Man. We're all warriors. JB concurs. I can't lay down. You can't lay down. You got to move forward. There's only one way backwards, and that's called non-warrior. James comes in. That makes me a warrior. And I have been doing house cleaning all day and laundry. Me too. Correct. Raging clarification as well. He says, ain't no quit. This is the way it works. This is all part of the American dream. It's like, oh, I could use so many metaphors right now. And no, you look, anybody who watches my show is a warrior. Look at me. Look at you. We're all mirrors of ourselves. Everybody has a story. My show is supposed to bring smiles. And I love smiling. You know what? And look, it's not, I'll use Donald Trump's words. This is not in a braggadocious way. We're all still breathing. I don't care about the billions of dollars. I never ever did. I wanted to get my dream. My dream, I don't know what your dreams were specifically. My dream was to play music and to travel the world. And Rajin and I made a joke a couple of weeks ago. I said I should have made the wish, the dream to be a millionaire. I never made that wish. I don't know why. He told me, he says, Rajin's funny. Rajin says, he says, that wish don't work. That's why I never wished for it. This is where I get intelligent. I never wish for that one. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I don't care. I got one life to live. This is it. And look, I got a show. I got you guys. I got Laura sleeping. I'm going to sing My Way from Sinatra. I got an empty glass of wine. Oh, okay, I have to solve this problem. But not yet. James comes in. He says, my dream changes from day to day. Hey, look, I'm the king of acceptance. I'll be honest with you. When I look at my life, my dream has already came true. I wish for a daughter. I have a daughter. I never wished that I would stay with her. Whoops. The mother of my kid. That's a long story. Everybody who knows me knows the story. I don't have to repeat it. But I wish for a daughter. I have a daughter. I talk to her every day. If possible. She's old enough now. She can call me whenever she needs me. She knows she has a father. I feel like I'm on the International Space Station, but she knows she has a dad and she can call and send text to or heart-shaped emojis. That's pretty cool. I have more communication with my daughter than her mother does, and she knows it. So my job, look, I did a pretty good job on that one. A Joan comes in. It's not about the almighty dollar. It never has been. Look, this is what I'm talking about. In Star Trek, there is no money. James comes in with acceptance. I never knew what I wanted, but I ended up with what I got. Correct. So that's pure acceptance. Look, I've been teaching music for 30 lessons. 30 lessons for 30 years. And all of my students coming to me, they're not all confident. They're going, I want to give this music thing a try. I've met a lot of other people. Look, I was going to say I'm a socialist. I like to be social. I like to meet and I love to talk to people. That's why you're in my life. And I've had a lot of people for some reason, people like to tell the truth to me. And maybe I'm an angel. I don't know. I know I'm not the devil. I don't believe in the word devil. And people like to tell me this. They say, Blackie. I don't know what I want to do with my life. And I always tell them the same thing. It's in my book. The book is kind of like a self-help book as well. You guys are too old. It's for young kids. When you're 16, it is rated R. You can do whatever you want to do. It's called freedom. And nowadays, you can even go to prison and vote. You can do whatever you want to do. You got one life to live. Make choices. If you look, I'm now quoting Rush. High Sigmund Flight, in case you watch the show later. You can do whatever you want to do. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. I think that's from Shakespeare. You can do whatever you want to do. Let's go going back to the American dream or to the socialist dream, which is I don't want to do anything. Where do I get my $10,000 so I can, and free food, so I can be like a drunk, have a couple of cigarettes, and just like sleep on my couch in my parents' basement. And that's fine. Look, I accept anything. I really don't. Look, I'm not trying to get voters here. I don't even care. What I do care about is, look, some people say, Blackie, you sound like an egoist. And I think to myself, the word egoist, number one, is insulting, for a start. Do I have an ego? Give me a break. Everybody does. Reggie says, I want to be a cowboy, baby. Okay, then wish for it. And look, all you got to do is go. Look. Reggie, all you got to do is go to your local stable. Doesn't cost that much. Ride on a horse. You can feel like a cowboy at least for like 3 hours. That's pretty cool. I did horse riding lessons for about 4 years. That was fun. I'm a cowboy. I know how to ride a horse. I know how to gallop and not fall off. I flew airplanes. That was pretty cool. I like flying airplanes. I never had a license. It's a pretend scratch. I'm trying to figure out if I should tell that story. No, I know. Mom, Galaxy knows the story. When I heard that story yesterday, I was just like, what? Voting in prison? Give me a break. Prison is the only time I ever lost my freedom. And I was only there for a short time. Thank you, Mom. And thank you for me being innocent, God. I didn't do anything wrong, but sometimes people get messed up in the spider web. Sometimes the moth or the mosquito, they can get out of the spider web. That's what every time I see an insect get caught in a spider web and they can get free, I think to myself, that's me. And it happens to everybody. Doesn't matter what facet. If one realizes, oh no, I'm in a spider web. We call it the system or whatever. It's evolution. It's spiders need to eat. The system needs to eat. Guess what? We're the insects. But we still have it. Once you realize you're caught, you can get out of the spider web, or as I said earlier, you can walk. Or pray to God. If you really need assistance, look, the show's not religious. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. If you really get into big trouble and you feel like you can't walk, God and Jesus will give you strength. God will send Jesus back to earth and he will appear to you. This is my story. And you can walk. In my case, I walked to the telephone and I called up a bail bondsman. Bail bondsman asked me, what's your parents' phone number? I was in panic mode. Jesus came to me and says, get out of the cell. Guess what? It worked. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God, for sending Jesus to earth. Jesus can come to you at any moment. If you're really in big trouble, I'm in real big trouble. It can't be just for anything. Big trouble. Like going to prison for 25 years as an innocent man. James comes in with, Galaxy comes in with, my chat's moving fast. Wants versus needs. Two horns on the same bull. Correct. James comes in with, Blackie flung a craven on me for some mad dog. Do it. No. I'm going backwards. James also had said, I have a collection of everything I thought I wanted, but I am not sure it's what I need. Correct. Well, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Look, God gives us everything that we need. And God listens to our dreams, except for the one that Reggie says, you can't wish to be rich. You can wish to be a cowboy. All you got to do is go to the local stable, right? I didn't wish to be a rock star. I wished to be a musician. This is true. Okay, sometimes I had the flavor of being a rock star. I've had record deals and big concerts and all TV and radio. And look, I've seen all this stuff, but I never really wished to be like Hugh Grant. Getting so crazy and the paparazzis, and all he does is like go ballistic. I don't want to turn into that. I don't want to be like, you know, like I could take this joke a long way. I have to figure out where I should stop. See, I see things and stuff. No, it's the same rules on my show. PG-13, just be nice. It sounds like Rodney King Jr. Can't we just be nice to each other? And I'm not belittling what he said. Sometimes things don't make sense, but acceptance does make sense. You go, hold on a second. Now, being beat up by a bunch of cops, and I saw that when I was in prison, that's not right. It's really not right. It's called torture. This is where one of the things I agree with John McCain. Torture is definitely not healthy. Not just for the person being tortured, but for the other souls who are doing the torturing. God does not want us to do that, but he gives us free will. To be the tortured and the torturer. I'll be honest, when I went to prison and to jail, first I went to jail, then I went to prison. Handcuffs sucked. Was that they treated me really nice. They even told me, Blackie, looks like you're innocent, but there's a system. See, I'm going back to system here, right? He said, there's a system we have to follow. Even if one is falsely accused, that's the way it works. So I'm like, oh, yeah. They were nice to me. I remember listening to Sade in the police car. Oh, that was so nice. They were detectives. It wasn't a real police car. It was undercover cops, right? And that was nice. They treated me really, really nice. I was like, hey. It looked like Miami and Vice. I mean, they were wearing suit jackets. And, you know, no tie. It's Florida, but they had white collar shirts. Their shoes were shining, and their trousers were pressed. They had recently been to the barber. Okay, they had the good cop, the bad cop. But the good cop was like, he said, sorry, dude, it's going to suck for your family. And I was like, okay. I didn't know anything about the system. Never went through anything like this before. But, look. One looks at a mountain in front of them and they say, oh, there's a mountain. But point A to point B, you can call it a desert too, right? No water, no camels, no nothing, no oasis. If one sees a struggle, they go, oh, I'm at point A and I need to get to point B. What is in the middle between that? The unknown. Well, in this case, it could be a mountain or no water. Challenges. It always goes back to this is not even logic. This is like, it's not street smart. This is common sense. If you stay at point A, you will not make your objective, which is to get to point B. How does one get the objective to point B? Go through the struggle. There's been plenty of books written about struggle. Plenty of folklore stories about struggle. Nobody can prove it. They've been going on for centuries. And I'm not just talking about the dinosaurs in the Ice Age, because I don't think they could paint pictures in the caves. I don't know, maybe they did, but nobody found it yet. This planet is moving in very, very slow motion. We just happen to be part of the picture frame right now. That's cool. I accept it. 2 humps of the what? Look. I gotta figure out my plan B right now. It is now 0202. I really think the walrus is passed out. That's pretty cool. She had some CBD before I started my show, and looks like it worked. Okay, who am I missing right now? Tucker Carlson. No, I like him actually. Sometimes he's great. Sometimes he's like, I don't have any good guests. If I say something intelligent, that doesn't make me intelligent. I could be copying somebody. If I write a song that I think I'm proud about, maybe God gave it to me. Maybe it's not my song at all. Okay, one needs to master their skills, whatever it is. Huh? You got to be a pro. Doesn't mean you did it. Did Christopher Columbus discover America, or was it already here? That's a simple premise, right? The rich people get credit for doing things like Plato when he copied everything that Socrates said. I'm going back like many. Look, Socrates never wrote, he never even had a pen in his hand or a piece of paper on the ground. He was a drunk. Was he enlightened? Yes. I'll go back to Van Gogh. Was he enlightened? Yes. Was Edison a genius? I don't like the word genius. God gave it to him. Edison did so much stuff. It's amazing. It's crazy blue. But he knew about copyrights. Edison had the money. Socrates didn't. Neither did Van Gogh. And neither do I. Does that make me a genius? No. It makes me accept. Okay, let's see how this one plays out. Watching the Blackie Fitzpatick show. Look. I'm going to try to do this one really quiet so I don't get in trouble. I hope I get the right one. I think I do. Look. My show is on entertainment. I'm not political. I'm not religious. I'm a Christian. I don't vote. I do everything my way. After the commercial break. I love it when it's happening. Okay, that's entertainment. You're watching the Blackie Fitzpatick show, the King of Lo-Fi. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew, and through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, no, not me. I did it my way. So what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Yes, it was my way. Watching the back show, The King of Lo-Fi. Wow, that song really takes it out of me. Okay, it looks like I'm killing the show. Look, my doctor didn't in the box. She said, Blackie, you got to sing Sinatra at least once a day. It's good for your health. I thought to myself, see, that's thinking. He says, Blackie, you smoke a lot. I just cleaned out my lungs right now. That was really good. I don't know if anybody can hear me breathing. Gaucho says, I like it when I sing it soft. Thank you. Look, I need a lot of air to hit the high notes and all this stuff. It's fun to sing, and I sang that song, I don't know, a lot of times, but sometimes I like to sing it loud too. But right now I'm in the middle of a huge kitchen and everything is loud. Isabel's passed out in the other room. I got a neighbor over there. I'm like, I feel more comfortable in the Blackie Fitzpatick Library Studios, but we're doing renovation, so I'm in the kitchen right now. So yeah, I'm going to sing it quiet. My girlfriend, don't worry about it, John. God bless Bobby. I think it's time for me to kill the show. Whoa, talk about an oxygen rush. I feel like Michael Jackson in an oxygen tank before his concerts. Whew. Anybody who thinks that song is easy to sing, I'd like to talk to you, actually. I know she is. Is she in hospice? I know you've been talking about her for a while. Is she like really in hospice? Like it's game over time? Or she's going to heaven anyway? Sorry to sound crass, but I do believe in heaven. My mother likes to talk about time and space, and I like the word heaven. Yeah, okay. I like the word heaven. As I get older, I like the word heaven, and I listen to what my mom says. Maybe it's something to do with time and space and continuing and all that stuff. And I believe in souls and entities and ghosts. And I know you do, Joan. And okay, morphine. Yeah, game over. Yeah. If morphine doesn't work, then yeah, hospice. It's time for overdose with nice music, doing the right way. And should be out of her pain in this mortality. To Bobby. I know, Joan. She's going to a better place. She was here when she was here. We're old enough to understand that part. And we're allowed to mourn, and that's look. I'm an optimist, so do it again. Oh no. For you, babes, I'll do anything. And I'll do it in the name of Bobby. Just don't want to get in trouble. It's now 0215. You're watching the Black Special Show, the King of Lo-Fi. I still have some wine here. But I think I heard some rustling from the other room. And I don't want to, one thing you don't want to do is make the walruses upset. Let me catch my breath. I'll finish the cigarette, and then I'll sing it again, and then I'm going to kill the show. But I don't want to sound crass or crude or anything. I've never been to a funeral in my life. I hate death. As I get older, I'm starting to accept. My mom knows this too. She was talking to me about this stuff years ago, and I was like, "Stop talking to me about dying. I'm going to die before you." And I don't want to get in trouble. You can watch it later. I'll upload it anyway. I had one wrong note. Don't find it. Singing quiet is really hard. I took a lot of oxygen right now. I'm like, ooh. You've heard me sing it a million times. Everybody does it their own way. That's the thing I love about it. I'd rather talk about the song than sing it again. I'm doing my Barry White voice right now. I'm trying to, although that's louder than when I scream. People tell me I can't even just talk. That's why my mom's sending me a phone. So I'm going to do the stuff on the street. It's going to be way funny. Interview people. Let's think about positive stuff, Joan. And look, I'm not trying to shift you or anything. I'd like to hold on to whatever you want to hold on to. And everybody has phases and stuff. Now I'm hearing movement. So, what was a turtle? Yeah, I like chatting with you last night, Joan. We know how to. We know how to talk in code. Joan, clink. Respect. The fun thing about having mutual respect, which is what we don't see enough of, at least in this phase of planet Earth. And we're probably not going to see it in our lifetimes. I hope my daughter's, for my daughter's sake, I hope it gets better. I could talk about this subject matter until I'm blue in the face. But I just sang Sinatra, so I'm already blue in the face. I'll be back. That's a Schwarzenegger joke. Hey, Dean, the dancing machine's in the house. Hey, buddy. You're watching me live right now from the Blackie Fitzpatick kitchen studio. Situated in the 10th district of Vienna, Austria. Now, I'll be back. Well, can I find a sample? I'm going to try to find a sample of it. They can't kill me for a sample. I'm going to write down. See if I can find this. This would be a funny joke. Okay, the alcohol is kicking in. Arnold. Okay. Let's type in a different word, sample. Okay, if I get banned for this one, I probably will. This is super famous. Okay, I'm not going to play it. I don't want to risk my show. I'll be back. Oh, Dean, the dancing machine is trying to get everybody hungry. He just had a steak sub. I just finished off a bag of potato chips. You beat me. James says, I'll be around. That's funny, actually. I like that one. We can play with these words. I'll be back. I'll be stomach. I think that's what James is talking about. I'll be head. I'll be toes. I'm allowed to say this stuff, but the algorithms they're gonna kill me, and I want to keep Alec Whittier open because Blackie is banned. I try to check it out. I'm still banned. I can't do Blackie Fitzpatrick. I'm too lazy to start up a new channel and stuff, so I'm not doing that one. I'm gonna stay with this stuff and to try to break the algorithm's code and all that stuff. Yeah, press thumbs up before you leave. Thanks, Dean. I'll be square. I'll be round. Look, the Blackie Fitzpatrick show is about nothing. Clink. Nothing is everything. Do the math. Nothing and everything are next door neighbors. Now I'm going to logic. Nothing and everything are next door neighbors. They're best friends. It's true, actually. Or I read the wrong books. The difference between nothing, look, it's like black and white. My mother studied color. She might jump in with this one, but hey, Dean, are you going to go on next? No, I have to be quiet right now. I'm doing my Barry White voice. This is always passed out. I'm in the kitchen. There's neighbors right next across. Look right over there. So I'm trying to do a super, super quiet show right now. I've been on for 2.5 hours. Dean, you want to take over? And I can get my small intimate crowd to come over, except for my mother. because you swear like a drunken sailor. I was thinking my concurrence for today was like at least 50 or something. Sorry, buddy. Like, you know I love you. I know you love me. But everything is changing right now. Soon I'm going to be doing my mom's sending me an Android. I'm going to be like going live around the streets of Vienna. I'm going to be the man at large. I'm going to turn into that character. I'm still going to be Blackie Fitzpatick. But I got a brand new Android Samsung S7 or whatever they call it. And I got to figure this one out. Next week I'm going to be doing shows on the streets of Vienna, as long as it's not like super raining or freezing. Burger King coupons. I live right next to a Burger King, and they have Wi-Fi, but I don't want to do a show from Burger King, so I need to get like a real internet connection. Whatever. So my mom's like hooking me up with a phone thing, and then I can get out of Isabella's face and not bother my neighbors. And I'm walking around, and I'm gonna show everybody Vienna and all this stuff. So it's gonna be a good show. But Dean, you're welcome. Oh, hold on, Dean's probably live already right now. Dean, are you live right now? He's probably showing my show. Look, I've been on for two and a half hours. Time for me to like close the shop. I'll give it to you, buddy. Or if JB's on, I don't think JB can do it. I know I need a man cave. Look, my mother figured it out. I don't need a man cave or a garage. I need the city of Vienna. So I'm just gonna walk out and turn the thing on and see what happens. I think it's gonna be like better than Candid Camera. Okay. It's going to be better than look, David Letterman walking through the streets of New York. That's my challenge. I'm going to just walk around with a camera on live on my show, and I'm going to ask for permission and say, "Hey, you want to be on my show?" JB, I knew JB's ears were bleeding. Who wants to go live next, JB or Dean? I'm killing the show. No, JB's back. Who's going to go live? It's time for me to kill it. I don't want to get in trouble with the Walrus. I've been on for 2.5 hours plus. I've made my whole, okay, now my numbers are going up. Oh no. Press thumbs up before you leave. My wine is almost done. I'm ready to go to the Baldry and like pass out. JB is Neo, correct. But I can, to be honest with you, I haven't even had my chocolate yet, but I'm afraid to go. The chocolate's in the other room. If I go there, I'm going to wake up the Walrus, and then I'm in big trouble. I think she's passed out on the computer playing Sudoku. For anybody who missed me singing Sinatra about 5 minutes ago, you may be lucky or you may be unlucky. I'm not a judge. But my lungs are happy. And look, my dog did Vinny Bots. He said, Blackie. No, he texted me. It's not just this page. I have a bunch of pages. And Vinny Bots, he wrote to me. He was like, dude, man. He says, that was one of your best ones. Only one wrong note. Look, you're welcome, Joan. Look. I'm in the Blackie Fitzpatrick kitchen studio. My first time ever doing a show here. Thanks, James. Look, here's the one thing that I can promise you. Nothing. Except for myself. There's no guarantees that you're going to make money on silver or gold. I'm not promising anything here. So, okay, sometimes I tell people that you're going to get a Bitcoin in the mail. I was lying. It was part of my joke. A Bitcoin's even real? Give me a break. You think I understand Wall Street? I'm a music theory expert. I'm a songwriter. I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I'm not a banker. I never even dated a girl who worked for a bank. They don't like me. I remember I met one girl in Venice, Florida, and I was like, hey, she's kind of cute. So I tried to flirt with her, and she was like, give me a break. You wear earrings and have long hair. I'm out of your league. And I was like, okay, sorry. I thought she was like cute. That didn't work. Hey, Karen's back again. Hey, looks like Tucker's getting boring or he's in a commercial break. No, I was thinking about going to JujuBot and watching Sean Hannity and see what happens there. James said he used to be a Bitcoin. That's funny. No, Joan, girlfriend. God bless. Not just your buddy, but you and everybody else who's surrounded with. Look. The Blackie Fitzpatick show is about acceptance. I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. I really ain't. I'm here to use my voice. Vinny Boss, my dog, he says, Blackie, if your girlfriend doesn't want to hear you talk, go into the kitchen. You smoke too much. Use your lungs there. It's about using my lungs and enjoying a sophisticated glass of red wine from France for $2.99. Table wine. Think. Cheers from Vienna. Nobody wants to take over after me? Smart move. No. Look. I'm going to watch your show tomorrow. Find out if it was any funny. Okay, that's not English. You know what I mean? Look, I post-produce all my shows. And I think to myself, I accept them. I have never deleted one of my shows ever. I don't have to. YouTube does it. It's true, actually. Look, every time I tell a joke, stating the obvious. Hold on a second. What is the obvious? James comes in with a friend of mine used to call his cigarettes lungs worth. Correct. No, a friend of my mother used to call cigarettes coffin nails. I'll be honest with you, though. I love George Burns. He smoked until we were, how old was he? Like 99 or 101 or something? Give me a break. If you talk a lot, your lungs get strong and you get to enjoy cigarettes. The clue to life, if you're a smoker, is use your lungs. It's true. Otherwise, I would be dead. Look, James says cigars, but you know what? He was inhaling. Give me a break. He was always in smoke. They always say, what do they call it? I can't remember the word right now. Look, there's a word for it. What's it called? Who's smarter than me right now? If you even sitting next to a smoker, it could influence you. Thank you, JB. Yeah, you stopped swearing on my show. I didn't teach you. My mother did. She gave me a bitch slap. By the way, bitch means female dog. That's PG-13. My mom gave me a bitch slap. No, it wasn't a bitch slap. It was a challenge. She said, Blackie, can you do a show in PG-13? And I was like, I wanted to be like David Letterman and use the F-bomb all the time. She says, I don't like David Letterman anymore. No, I believe you, JB. Weird stuff happens all the time. I was on my tablet Android earlier and I tried to get on under Alec Witter and they wouldn't let me do it. But if I go to this, right now I'm on the laptop in the kitchen and it works. I don't understand this stuff. I understand music. I can't get no satisfaction. Look, that's about as smart as I get. And 5 plus 5 is 10. I don't know that much more. Okay. Vienna is the capital of Austria, not Germany. That part, I get that part, but I'm not a genius about what's going on with this whole YouTube thing. I'm a newbie. Okay, I've only been doing it for like a year and 3 months. I've been getting banned like how many times? I've been banned 3 times. That's pretty cool. But I don't give up. The coffin nail. That's what my mom's one of her best girlfriends was called Ellie, and she was when I was a little boy. When I said little boy, I mean like I can remember it. So I was like 5, 6, or 7 or 8, and she said, "Blackie, Blackie, can you grab me a coffin nail?" Her husband was a firefighter. They weren't worried about smoke. You think firefighters are worried about smoke? Give me a break. And she said, "Blackie, Blackie." And they were on the table, and she was sitting on the couch. I remember this vividly. Just outside of Boston. We used to drive there a lot. Every time my mom said, "Who wants to come in the car?" It was always me. I was like, "Oh, okay." And I spent a lot of time with Ellie, and I liked her husband. He was a firefighter. I'll say it again with clarification that half of his face was burnt off. He had reconstructed. I never told the story. Sorry, Mom, if you don't think it's appropriate. Half of his face was burned off. I never saw anybody who looked like that before in my life when I was a kid. And then I realized that he was a firefighter. He's a hero. Seekonk, Massachusetts. JB, you know where that is? Remember they had a water tower and stuff. Seekonk, Massachusetts. JB knows where it is. She said, "Blackie, Blackie, can you grab me a coffin nail?" I remember this vividly. I was a kid, probably around my daughter's age. And, it was the 70s. And I was like, "Here you go." I never thought it was anything bad. I just thought her husband was a hero. Her daughter was an Olympic swimmer. And I thought to myself, this is one of the coolest families in the world. And it's my mom's best friend. I was like so proud to hang out there. Seekonk, Massachusetts. JB, tell me you know where it is. If anybody is interested in maps, Google it. I spent a lot of time there with my mother and with Ellie's family, and they're one of the good people, They weren't bad people. Hey, Mike. She said it as a joke because everyone's telling her, "Oh, smoke is bad for you." Guess what? My husband is a firefighter. Half of his face would burn off, saving people's lives. But don't talk about smoke. Oh no, Mike's here now. I got to stay on for a little bit. Oh no! Luckily, I have a backup beer unless the walrus wakes up. She's still asleep. Another nail for coffin. No. She meant no. Nail for nail for the coffin. Everybody's saying this is in the 70s, right? It's like, well, if you smoke, it's bad. This is when it started the anti-smoking campaign, and they took it out of Hollywood. Although now it's having a resurgence, and you're allowed to talk about it, and it's like, give me a break. No, I can't even make up these stories. Like the Blackie is better stories about true honesty, unless I make a mistake. If I do, I will make a retraction after I'm dead. I post produce my shows, and I think to myself, how come I said west, but I meant east? As we get old in Florida, there's an expression. It's called a brain fart. Once again, this show is PG-13. You're allowed to say brain fart. Press thumbs up before you leave. The coffin nail means you have to nail your coffin, and cigarettes are supposed to assist you. And when someone says, "Hand me a coffin nail," they actually are optimists. They go, "I accept my life. Hey, I'm a smoker. Give me a break. Stop judging me." I love the word coffin nail. I was like, that's funny. I didn't realize what it meant until I got older. And I was like, you have to nail in the old day. We were talking about Mozart earlier tonight. That makes me look classy. But nowadays they have clamps. But in the old days, it was coffin, nails. Hilarious. JB knows all about Seekonk. I knew you would. It's not that far from Boston. It's the area that JB and I we're all look. No, Ellie. I visited Seekonk more than a handful of times. I'll just say it that way. I remember they had carpets and they had a split level. And I remember playing with the kids and all this stuff. And I remember Coffin Nail. I remember they had a water tower. And I remember it was my mom's best girlfriend. I think Mom, did you used to work together in Boston, or was she one of your John Hancock friends? I think that's what my memories tell me. If Galaxy's still listening to me like on my radio show, she might reply. Or did you meet her at art school? I think it was from John Hancock. I'm not sure. But I'm surprised that there's no group called Coffin Nail. That would be a great name for a band, Coffin Nail. It's a great. I was like, coffin nail. I think it's an old expression. Hand me a coffin nail. I was like, what? I was like, are you dying? And Elliot was like, that's what they're telling me. But my husband is a firefighter and he deals with smoke all the time and he's still alive. Half of his face was burned off, but he saved people's lives. He's a hero. People like to throw the word hero around a lot. They go, hey, hero this, hero that, hero sandwiches, hero ice cream, hero subs, superheroes. Oh, you met in Pawtucket. Okay. Oh, that was okay. Okay, cool. No, I liked Ellie. Ellie was cool. She was one of the cool girls. My next question for Galaxy is Ellie still with us? And what's the update with her husband? They met together in Providence, Rhode Island. That's where my older sister was born. Well, she was born in Martha's Vineyard, but I never lived in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. I grew up in Massachusetts. I was born in Framingham, but I don't in my memory. I don't have the update about if she's still with us. But I always remembered when I looked at Ellie's husband. Okay, good. I think she's still with us. She's a tough cookie. And my dad he got a job when he was younger. Before I was born, he got a job younger than me. He got a job working in Rhode Island, Pawtucket, which is just north of Providence, Rhode Island. For anybody who doesn't know the New England map, and you don't need to. I just like maps. What I liked about Ellie was the confidence, and what I liked about her husband was that the first time I met him, it kind of freaked me out that half of his face would burn off. And then when I realized that he was a firefighter, I thought to myself, he saved people's lives. Respect. Mike did his research. It should have been a goth band, but a rockabilly band has used the name Coffin Nails. Oh, it's an old days expression, and Coffin Nails is the first time I heard it was in the 70s when I was a kid. But Coffin Nails, it should be a goth band. You're right. New Order should have been called Coffin Nails. There's a lot of famous names that people haven't used yet. Look, there's so many different names out there in the world. And look, I'm the first one that came up with the name Dearth. Nobody used Dearth. Okay, we have an update here. They got divorced. He did pass away. No, he had some. What I remember is half of his face was burned off, and he was a firefighter, as far as I remember. Darth Vader. I've heard that joke before. Well, I came up with the name Darth because nobody used it. I Googled it and I was like, oh, nobody has it. So I took it. I wanted to call the name of my group Dirt, but there was a group from Las Vegas called Dirt. And I was like, man, I can't take that one. So I went to the dictionary and I found out there's an old English word called dearth. And it was perfect for my group. And the definition of dearth, for anybody who doesn't know, is an old English word. And it means lack of or famine. Michael, tell me that's not a cool title. Lack of or famine. There's only two definitions of dearth. Lack of or famine, which mean mostly the same thing. Famine means you're lacking food and water, or maybe only one particular, which is water, or one particular, which is food. Maybe you live next to Lake Malawi, and they can get fish. There's food there too. But yeah, no, I heard a lot of people say Darth Vader, but of course it's Darth Vader. Okay, Jones gave me the clue. It's time for me to kill the show. It's now 0244. And I'll be honest with you, Mom. Thanks for the stories about Ellie. And I remember she had a lot of kids. The oldest one, I think, was the Olympic swimmer. And no, Ellie was one of the cool gals. I never felt either. Also with her husband, I never felt intimidated, and I liked their kids. And my memory is like it was a cool place. And Seekonk, nice area. You guys have been super, super great. Press thumbs up before you leave. I hate leaving this show on a high note with good numbers, but you guys are super, super great. Yeah, I know. She was an Olympic swimmer. I know. I remember that part. Okay, we got a link here. Dean, everybody who wants to stay on, let's go to Dean's show and check it out. Dean, the Dancing Machine, which is obviously Dean Machine, WFO. He's put a link on there. Mom, don't go to him. He swears. But everybody else who's watching my show or watching it later, Dean, put the link in again because the chat's moving really fast. But let's check out Dean's show and Dean to see how many people I can bring over to you. Okay, we're gonna say close out. Bye bye from Vienna, Austria. We're gonna go straight to upstate New York. Blackie Fitzpatick signing out on the Alec Whittier channel, and we're gonna go straight to Dean in upstate New York. You guys have been great. Ciao for now.